Alright, White Rook 85. Yeah, it's been a while since I put a video out. I'm sorry about that, but it's been a little too hot, and I think everybody knows that. August has been a little on the hot side, and I just didn't want to go up there and basically run the air conditioner and stay in the cabin the whole time. So I kind of waited it out. Also, our logging slowed down a little bit. Guy had some equipment trouble. I told him I wanted him finished by September 1, but with that equipment trouble, I gave him about an extra week or so to get that taken care of and get this wrapped up. So I want to go up there. I want to check things out. I want to see how they're doing. I want to see our new logging roads, probably take some walks within the property itself just to see what's opened up. So grab that beverage of your choice, whichever you'd like, and let's go up the cabin. I'm here, and so is the rain. I think I'm gonna have to do the rest of this inside, but one big thing I've been doing over the last month, let me turn around and move. Yeah, that's right, I traded in the other Cherokee, the Grand Cherokee L, and got this Trailhawk like I had before, but in black. 2022 Trailhawk, pretty nice. A lot of the same features that my other one had, except actually a few more. Got the cameras in the front here. It's actually got a night vision camera on this one. There we are, out of the rain here, but well, let me go back in. I'll do the rest of it here, but yeah, I had to trade that one in and get a Trailhawk again. Now going on 6 o'clock just about, and it is still raining out. I would have liked to have been out on the deck there. I had this sub or hoagie from Wegmans today. I stopped in Wegmans in Williamsport and got this roast beef and provolone. Not as quite as good as the Danny's favorite, I think, but enjoyed it anyway. Some chips. While I was there, also picked up a new trail, double Broken Heels IPA, a hazy IPA. This is pretty proofy at 9 something. So I think I'm gonna just kick back for a bit, watch some TV or so, and just kind of see what the rain does a little bit. I don't think I'm certainly not venturing out until tomorrow. I did talk to our log guy. He was still working when I rolled in this afternoon, and he said he's got about another week to go or so. So we'll give him a week to finish up. He actually had to change out both treads on his skidder. So he's had a lot of work to do with that and waiting for parts, etc. The new trail, that tastes pretty good. Definitely a hazy IPA taste. So I think I'm just going to roll into some Deadwood. Still on season 3. I think I'm up to about 3rd episode. So kind of working towards the end of that. We'll see what I want to do next for a series. I was actually thinking about The Wire. And The Wire, I have not seen one episode of The Wire. Like Sopranos, I've caught that off and on here and there. Never watched it all the way through, but have seen enough to kind of know the premise. Where The Wire, I've just heard good things about it. People said how great it was. Never saw an episode. I think there's 5 seasons, and I'll just buy the whole thing in one package instead of trying to get season after season. Did have a little bit of trouble with season 3. I bought one, and it didn't work at all. I talked about the last time. Got another set, and it would only work in one of my VCRs as far as the first disc, because all the rest of them did. And then I said, well, I only paid a few dollars from eBay for that. I ordered a brand new set from Amazon. That didn't work at all on any of my DVDs. So I just sent that back to Amazon. So I have the other set, and I'm going to go ahead and continue to watch season 3. So we'll see what the weather does tonight, and we'll catch you in the morning. Ended up being a good night last night as far as weather-wise and heat and everything up here. I couldn't ask for really anything better in the cabin. Down to about 65. Great sleeping. So really couldn't ask for anything better at the end of August here. Nice this morning, about 60 out here. Supposed to get up into the 70s, but not really that much. Trees are really wet from that rain last night, so I'm going to wait for them to dry off a little bit. I'm going to have this nice looking breakfast here. These are Hatch chili sausages that have cheese and egg already in them. Split them in half. A little Asiago and cheese bagel. You know, once I have that breakfast and kind of the rain drops off the trees a little bit, I'll go ahead and take a walk down into the woods there and see what our trails look like. And we have to kind of see, since those properties were sold, I want to try to not to take the four-wheeler over there, so we have to see how we can get down to Eric's stand. If he's got to walk, maybe for a change, he's got to walk. I don't know. So we'll see about that. We'll see how all the different trails connect. So that's kind of the agenda, and we'll have that breakfast and then take a little walk in the woods. We'll go take a walk through the property now. We're back kind of where we used to have our little shooting range set up, and he kind of went over all this and dug this up, and here's the trail that leads up towards the cabin. I'm not sure if he's here yet. I hear some noise, but it might be another guy over there. It's doing something with the cabin. This would have been a good way for that to loop around through the property, but it looks like it's up over here, so I'll see where this goes and then loop now. Right now, standing here at the intersection of 3 trails and a couple cutoffs. A little cutoff there, a little cutoff here. It doesn't go anywhere. Then you see a trail down here, trail up over this way. And again, this would be a great spot to put some seed down. This gets a lot of that morning, afternoon sun. And I think it would do pretty well here. Now I got a choice. I think I'll go this way. This will take us kind of right behind the cabin, and then we'll see where this one ends up. And as I figured, that top trail led me right back to the shelf below the cabin. And you can see there's still a few dots on these trees that they're going to go, and our view will clear out just a little bit more. So let's keep going down this way and see where this trail goes. End of that first trail up there, and then just kind of bushwhacked it through down. I had a feeling there would be another trail down here, and as you can see, I'm standing on it right now. So this would probably be about the middle of the property, straight through. We're going to go down this way and kind of see where this goes, see how close it goes to Mike's stand or where Eric's stand. This is I'll tell you, you get about get a Jeep through this trail right here though. These
these are wide logging roads right here, which is actually pretty nice, because once they start closing in a little bit, it'll take a lot longer time than if it was a thin road. So let's get down here a little bit and we'll see what's down that way. Came to kind of a four-finger split right here. Some of it I don't think goes very far. I think he was just going in and getting the trees he needed to get out. There's another one and another one up this way. Oh, I'm probably gonna go this way, because I don't think these other three go anywhere. But interesting to see what they're doing. And this is another really nice spot right here for some seed. I could see some deer in here, absolutely. Still a lot of cover overhead. It's not going to get a ton of light, but I think some things would grow in here, and you just have a little bit of growing. They're gonna come in here because they should feel pretty safe. You know, well, let's keep on walking. Over here at Mike's stand, and you can see he puts the boards on there to keep the rain off. And it's been there for a pretty long time. That's about 2003, 4, I think. 2004 maybe. Been there. It looks like the trees are in okay shape down this way. They might have got sprayed for gypsy moss, because I think the lot next to us did. So this might have gotten a little bit. So I don't think they're bad down this way. Now, the trail, as far as logging road goes, close, but it doesn't connect to this trail. I'll go up and then kind of go this way a little bit. That should take me towards Eric's, and we'll see what's going on that way. Here we are, the spring, and it's nice that we have some running water for the deer. I know they know where this is, and nothing like having at least a small water source for them to be able to drink on the property itself. So I'm going to go follow the spring down. I should come out on an old trail down here. I don't see anything cut as far as down this way as far as trails go, but we'll check that out. And that's Medical Man's stand. That's pretty well camouflaged in here. I'll tell you what, I was looking for this thing for about 5 or 6 minutes, and with that paint job that he has on there, that looks just like a tree. Oh, very well camouflaged, Eric. Good job on that. A little thick in here now. I know you saw us clear some trails or shooting lanes out of here a few years back, but everything has grown in. And of course, with all the leaves, that doesn't help. I'm going to make my way back up over my right shoulder here and see towards where Sean has his stand and kind of what they're doing, and maybe I'll visit one of the guys if he's over there with the cabin. I'm not going to put him on the video, respect his privacy, absolutely. But let's go over there. And getting a little sweaty, and I got a lot uphill to go, so it's going to be a nice could be a shower time this afternoon. It's interesting. There's not a great trail over this way, so that's one of the reasons why I want to go back actually over this way and see if there's some type of connecting trail that Eric can use to get down here with his four-wheeler. Come out onto the lots that were sold last year, and this is the result of the logging from last year, and you can see a lot of brush and browse and everything has grown up in here. I don't know what it looked like. This would be interesting to see once you get a couple frosts what this is going to look like. But yeah, this is right on the edge, and here's the trail, the old trail. That's a 40-year-old logging trail right there. But our property here is still a little thick in there, and fairly thinned out over here. Let me just go up here. Now, Sean's stand is up this way, so I'm going to kind of make my way up there, and you can see way up onto that top plateau up there. Going to climb out of here and get up there, and we'll see if the log guy is there or anybody else I can have a conversation with besides myself. And you. Always good having you along. Gives me somebody to talk to. All right, let's move on a little bit and kind of get up there, and we'll see if we can find Sean's old stand. And one bad thing is I'm not seeing an easy way for Eric to get in here, so that could be an issue, something that he may have to work out in October. So May have to have a conversation with the people that own this lot, see what they're going to do with it, see if it's okay if we run the four-wheeler on it with permission. Not without, but with permission. So let's we'll get on a little bit more. And here's the difference of the forest floor that hasn't been thinned out yet. You can see not a lot to eat. And then you get over towards that way where there was thinned, and all of a sudden it's nothing but green. So you can see the difference, and hopefully in a year ours will look like that, and it'll start making a difference for the deer population. Get some does in here, and maybe some bucks will follow. Well, just finished up that walk around. A lot of new trails in there. We have them sort of on that bottom shelf and down a little bit farther, and he's still going to cut us another one down a little bit farther than that. He still has that to do, so he's probably going to be here for another 2 weeks or so. I've been kind of talking to him about the deer, and the deer are actually following him when he's cutting, and they're eating the tops of the trees. So it's not really chasing the deer off as much as I would have thought it would have, with disturbing them. So I'll give him another little bit to finish up, and I'd rather do that than cut them off and say come back in the spring. I don't think anybody wants that. I don't think the log guys want that, and I don't think we want another we're waiting for somebody to do something. So let's just get this completed. I marked out 4 trees with orange tape that I asked the tree guy if he could sort of clear a little spot right here. This is along the trail, or a logging road, and maybe if he could get like this area cleared out right here, could put the stand right there. Again, Pete, Big M Hunting Stands. I can see up here, kind of use that as a shooting lane, and then in time maybe cut some more down in that way. So that would be good. If I could have a little spot down here where I could have a nice blind and maybe actually spend some time in without getting too uncomfortable and having to come back in. I enjoyed walking around the property today to see what was going on with the logging and see the new trails. I know one thing, once everything's finished, we're going to be able to recover a deer easily down in there. Not a lot of dragging until we get to a trail that we can get a four-wheeler on, which will be nice. Just put some marinated chicken on the grill. This will be tonight and tomorrow night's dinner. We're going to have some potatoes and salad to go with this. It'll be a good dinner. But, we'll start with this and get those potatoes on in a few minutes. Let's see how it's doing. It's been on there 20-some-5 or so. Oh yeah, so it's time to flip it. Definitely get the chicken cooking. Let me maybe turn that heat down just a tad. Here we got some sliced potatoes, a little SPG on there, salt, pepper, garlic, olive oil on there. Just put these down. Alright, there we go. And the chicken is looking good. I get the salad together now too. Here we go. And our potatoes are ready. So let's plate up. You can see I tested one there just to make sure. Let's get this inside. Gonna go ahead and sit down and have this great looking dinner, and then I'll see you out on the porch after dinner for maybe a little cigar and a beer. Be looking forward to both of those also, but right now it's dinner time. So here we are, about the end of another day. Got a lot accomplished as far as checking out the property, see what was done, see what still needed to be done, and I'm happy with what I've seen so far. And I think the guy, and when I talked to him today, and I'm talking about the logger, the guy that's actually doing the cutting and pulling out, that he's doing a good job of keeping the woods, if you want to call it, clean.
There's not like trees everywhere, and he seemed to be trying to get the piles down on top of each other so they'd be in one spot and then cleared everywhere else. I've seen some other areas that it's just there's stuff all over the place, and just didn't look like that here. And I told him I was happy that he has done that, and he's doing a good job about it, and I appreciate it. So we just wrapped up that good dinner. That hit the spot, that's for sure. That was quite filling. Chicken, salad, potatoes. If you saw the pickles on there, they were sucker punch pickles. If you get a chance, try the sucker punches. They're pretty good. I like them. Yeah, now here with the cigar, and it's the Blackbird, and I had to get this one. It's the Rook. These are from Colorado. Blackbird, I think, is in Colorado, and I had to try the Rook out. It was interesting. I had one other cigar. I bought a sample pack, had one other from them, and that was good. It was strong. It was a strong cigar, so we'll see how this one turns out. But I had to try the Rook. And when I was in Wegmans, I got a 12 pack from, what's that, Trogs, and this is the IPA field study, and that's kind of appropriate for what I was doing today, studying the things and seeing how trails connected together and what they still had to do. So kind of appropriate. We're just gonna kick back here on the deck for a little bit. Very, very nice. Starting to almost dip into the 60s now. It's about right at 70 degrees. We'll get back in there. I'm gonna watch one more episode of Deadwood, and then I'm gonna watch this movie right here, and I'll put the frame up. But first, for those of you got Master and Commander, and I know I put up one single frame of that. You did a great job on that one. That was excellent. But here's today's, and this is another single frame from a movie, and I will give you a hint that it's a Western, but it's I think it's a pretty good one. It's a little bit different, but enjoyable, that's for sure, and kind of out of personality type thing. So a little cigar, a little IPA field study, little Deadwood, and then that movie. And again, if you had that one, let me know. Hey, I can't seem to stump you, but we'll see if this does anything. As we fall into sunset here, and tomorrow is actually September 1st, which a lot of people equate as the first day of fall, even though it's not officially the first day of fall. I think there's a couple meanings. One is their true one, and one's basically September 1st. They think it starts. So we're gonna go into that tomorrow. But for right now, little cigar, little beer, little TV later, and we'll catch you in the morning. Well, really nice morning this morning. I think it's about 59 or so. It's just a very light breeze so far. Supposed to be, I don't think, much past 70 today, so it's going to be a pretty nice day. Starting to get into those really nice days, and hopefully crisp nights and mornings. I did see some trees starting to turn, some maples, when I was driving through town and coming up the mountain. So it's about a month away. Usually October 8th, 9th, 10th, somewhere in that time range is usually the time where it looked really nice up here. And Senior used to like to come up at that time. It was his birthday around that time, and he kind of liked to come up here for his birthday and see the leaves. And he was a big one. He really did enjoy the change of the seasons and the coming of fall and what was to come. And to me, fall is almost like spring with the change of seasons, and kind of like fall going into winter you don't really notice, and spring coming into summer you don't really notice sometimes. But spring and fall are those months that really show a change in the world, and at least here in our area, our location, shows a big change and what's to come. Speaking of what's to come, that was a good segue. I don't have too much on the docket today, just because today I was going to go down on this. Today was the day I was going to lay the seed down. But since it was recommended that I don't, and I don't think I should, because if he's going to be all over the place, it would just be a waste of money. So I do have a flag that I'm going to put up near the wall of honor. I have it in a case, in the triangle case, and that's going to go up there on the wall. I'll talk about that in a little while. I have another game camera I think I'm going to put up down in the field down here, just to kind of keep a track on what's coming in, what's going past. I don't want to put it in the woods in there yet, just if he's going to be running around in there, I don't want to have it. I kind of know where I'd like to put it, but he's going to be doing some things down there, and I don't want it to get in the way. So I'll do that, and then this afternoon we got a load of firewood coming in. And then I can see your expression right now. Load of firewood, you just have all this. We'd rather throw a shell out, you know, 45, 50 bucks each, and it's done. It's cut, it's split. The guy will come in and dump the load, and we'll see if I got to stack it up over here, or I'm just going to cover it and do it next time. So that's what's happening today. Same breakfast, Starbucks coffee this morning. Not bad at all. Sit out here on the deck. It is beautiful. Have some coffee, and then when I get hungry, probably make that sandwich up. I just put another game camera up. I actually had to replace the one that was here. That one stopped working, and I don't think it was due to the bear. I think it was just due to kind of old age. That was the oldest spy point that I had, and I think it's going on, I'm pretty sure 5 years, and it was out 24 hours a day, just about that whole 5 years. And I think it finally just expired. So this is a new one. I joined the NWTF. You pay $35. You got a $35 Pro Bass card, so I used that $35 against this, and I think it wasn't that expensive anyway. It was only like $70, I think. So it really didn't come out too much. I got to join NWTF and sort of got a camera out of it also. So it would depend on which way you want to look at it. So I have this up. It's taking a look at the field here, and again we got a lot of the ferns growing in there, and not a lot of really good grasses growing, but I just kind of want to keep an eye on things. Let's take a look at some of these deer pictures that I'll be getting. A lot of doe, and here's a nice, probably a 4-pointer, going to be a 4-pointer Forky spike, and this nice 8-point. Eric had him on his camera. I had him up on my camera, and pretty nice looking mountain 8-point. Is it a monster? No. Is it probably 2.5 years old? Yes. So it's not 1.5 years old. Definitely, it's 2.5. But from what we get up here, that's actually not a bad one. I've heard of some nice ones running around also. So we'll see once the rut starts kicking in. If we can get some coming up this way, or they come up this way for some acorns. I think we are hopefully going to get a few acorns from some of the trees up here, and it will draw them into this area. So some nice looking deer on this camera. Have not seen many bears on the camera, but this is absolutely the work of a bear. It pushed this log, rolled this log over, disturbed that rock, looking for bugs and worms on this rotted piece of timber here. So it was up by the rock, and he rolled it over, or she rolled it over, trying to see if they could find some worms in there. So haven't seen the bears, but they're around. Well, I think I'm going to do like an early dinner today. I'm going to take that chicken and debone it, and put it on the salad, sort of have a salad with chicken salad today. Oh, that'll be pretty good. Well, here's the flag I want to go ahead and put up over there. And if you're in the service and you notice that it's not folded exactly correct, you can see some red down in here. Yes, absolutely. But this was not a serviceman's covered. It was not a burial flag or covered a coffin. That was a flag that flew at the school that my dad was a teacher, superintendent, football coach, and I actually looked at a flag and it was made in Delaware County. I don't think that company is there anymore. So it's quite old. But as far as folding it like that, that flag is only 8.5 feet, and these are usually made for a 9.5 foot flag. So when I folded it up the correct way, it was very small in there, and it didn't look quite right. And I could only find a small size that the flag wouldn't have fit in, or this larger size that it would have been kind of too small. So yes, I did fold it a little bit differently. And again, you can't see the red and white showing. But since it wasn't a coffin drape flag, I didn't think that was an issue. But I'm going to go ahead and put it in there. Let's go check to see where we want to put that in at. And here we are right over here. And of course, there's our blue pot with the pins and the picture of my dad and senior. And I think it's really only going to fit in this area over here. So I'm going to take down some of these signs and the geese and put that up, and then kind of put some things up around it. So that's what's in store for right now. And I'll see you back when I'm done. Well, there it is. I did a little bit of a refold on it, and I may do another one at some point if I don't like that little piece of white showing in the corner there. But there is no red and white showing at this point. So here's our Blue Pot Cafe, looking pretty good, I think, honoring our friends, our fathers, and servicemen and women that fought for this great country of ours. Out on the deck this afternoon, and I have with me this unbelievably great looking cigar by Francesco Analdi DBL. That's Dominican Big League Cigars, and it's the cigar baseball bat. It looks just like a baseball bat, and pre-punched on the end. I've been saving this for quite a long time, and I think this afternoon out here on the deck it's like 73 degrees. I have a little coffee over here with me, a little chocolate bar for when I'm finished up. So I'm going to go ahead and have this. I'll be waiting for the firewood guy to give me a text or a call when I'm going to meet him down at the gate, I think. And but in the meantime, it's I think it's like, I don't know, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock this afternoon. Well, I did have that great looking salad, and I deboned all the chicken, put it into the salad, put the ranch dressing, little cheese and bacon bits on it. That was real good. And I'll just go a little bit light for dinner tonight, maybe some soup, and I have some salami and cheese and a few other things in there that I'm going to have. But it was a good lunch. But this DBL cigar, and I've been enjoying the DBL line as much as I have any other cigar. Really just a good line of cigars. And I almost hate to start burning this down, but you got to do what you got to do. And as far as that Rook cigar last night, it was average. It was an average cigar. I can't imagine this is going to be nothing but above average. But yeah, the Rook was okay. It's not like something I'm going to seek out again. It was kind of a novelty thing for me to see how it was. It had the Rook on there, and I tried it out. Probably got a little bit past halfway and dumped it. So, you know, when I don't go all the way down, I'm not really, it's not that I'm not enjoying it, but it's not hitting on all cylinders for me. So I'm going to sit back, enjoy the cigar and coffee, chocolate when I'm done. And I'll catch up to you when it's time to go meet the guy with the firewood. Well, here it is. I'd have to say that's the biggest load that we've ever gotten. So we are going to be set, I think, for a couple of years now, actually, which will be good because it'll give us a chance for some of this stuff up here to dry out. Then we can possibly cut it. Possibly. Maybe. Probably not.
Well, I'm going to take some time and see if I can get some of this stacked up over there. See how much I can do. It's 6:15 now. See how much I can get done in about an hour. Yeah, about halfway, a little past halfway, I think. This is after, it's not quite 7 yet, so I had a feeling I was going to be out here doing this till a little bit later today, so that's kind of why I just took it easy. So, yeah, worked out. This nice wood. This is really nice wood. Get some more stacked up over there and start another row. Well, I'd have to say this is the best stack of firewood we have ever had up here. And I think it will last a couple years at least. You never know, who knows? You may burn through a lot of it, but let's take a close look here. We got half a row, full row, and another full row over here. So that was quite a great load. That was the most I've ever gotten out of the time I had before the guy brought it up. It wasn't anywhere close to this. This was actually probably a better deal. It was only $25 more than I paid that guy. So I just get the tarp on there and then go in and clean up, and it's deadwood time. All right, covered up, all covered up. Still a little bit of room for air in there to get in there and let them dry some more. He said they were seasoned, and I'll take his word for it. It looks like that's going to burn nice in the stove. We're going to be toasty this year. Nothing under 68 degrees. Woo, woohoo! I'll tell you, woo. That was I think that was an hour and 15 minutes of just stacking. I had one beer during it to keep me going, and get in there, change my shirt, clean up a little bit. I got to load the car a little, and get on some well-deserved TV. Also did fill up the rack in the cabin here, so we're all set for either October or November.
Cherokee has the night vision in it, and you can see the road, and if a deer were to pop out or some other animal, it would show up bright white because of the heat. How much I'm going to use this, I'm not sure, but it's kind of good to have right now, early in the morning, heading home. Then we get into town, we'll see how it looks if there's anybody out the street. Okay, here we are in town. You can see the gas lights are, of course, hot, so they're showing up, and some of the rest of the lighting also. Well, just crossed over into Delaware. I'm on 495 now. We'll go along the Delaware River for a little bit and then head south. But I appreciate you coming along on these last 2.5 days. We got to see how the logging was coming along, and so far I'm pretty pleased about it. I wish I had a chance to get the grass in, but that is not a problem. We'll get that again. The other big thing was the firewood to get done, and that is stacked up, and we have a nice supply up there. We're ready for anything. Probably be back in. We'll check out some dates. Hook up with Pete, Big M Hunting Blinds, and see what he can do. And hopefully, the tree guy will have my spot cleared out, and we'll be able to get down there with a 4-wheeler and put up the blind and get that done quick and easy. So that should be the next thing. Got some fun stuff coming up in October also, and then of course into deer camp. So we're starting to ramp up a little bit, and after that long summer, a hot summer. So this is White Brook 85. Everybody have a good one, and I'll catch you next time.